Hello and welcome to this week's Matt and Michael's Lockdown. Here I am in front of Trim Hardware Store, which some of our more senior viewers may remember was the Royal Cinema Trim once upon a time. The Royal Cinema was opened on Friday the 3rd of September 1948. The first feature film was called Escape, starring Rex Harrison and Peggy Cummings, with a Laurel and Hardy short. Seat prices for the opening night range from balcony 2 shillings and 2 pence to front stalls 1 shilling. And just by way of comparison, in the same year, 1948, the Meath Chronicle cost 2 pence. The Royal Cinema was built and operated by James Gary, a native of Athboy, who also operated the cinema in Athboy. He had been showing films in Trim Town Hall since about 1936. He lived in Trim and he was a member of Trim Urban District Council. He died in June 1953 at a young age, 56, and his cinemas were taken over by his 2 daughters. His daughter Peggy was married to pharmacist Paddy Fay in Trim, and she ran the Royal Cinema Trim. It eventually closed in February 1975 and was sold in April of the same year for £13,250. Matt attended many films in the Royal Cinema Trim, and I even attended a few before it closed.
Hello friends. Recently enough, a certain Angela of my acquaintance popped by to say hello, and there we were, the way you do, be ticking off boxes of what doesn't work and what used to work. Anyway, she said in a casual remark, I'm getting bothered and bewildered. Cue song, Angela. Thank you for the hint. Bothered and bewildered. So now, do join with me in singing.
Hold on a minute, Matt. This song fits very well in our theme of films this week. It appeared in the film Pal Joy, which was adapted from the Rodgers and Hart musical of the same name. And this film, Pal Joy, was shown in the Royal Cinema Trim on Thursday and Friday, the 1st and 2nd of January 1964. You might even have seen it, Matt.
I'm wild again, beguiled again, a simpering, whimpering child again, bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I. I couldn't sleep and wouldn't sleep when love came and told me I shouldn't sleep. Bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I. Lost my heart, but what of it? She is cold, I agree. She can laugh, but I love it. Although the laugh's on me, I'll sing to her, each spring to her, and long for the day when I'll cling to her bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I. Bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I. Bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I. Lost my heart, but what of it? She is cold, I agree. She can't laugh, but I love it. Although the love's on me, I'll sing to her each spring to her, and long for the day when I cling to her. Bewitched, bothered and bewildered am I.
Here's a poem I found connected with films. It's called Video Blues, and it's by the American poet Mary Jo Salter. She was born in Michigan in 1954 and she was raised mostly in Maryland. She's a well-known American poet, has taught and has edited books and magazines as well. And she's very much a formal poet, which means she likes to write poems which have regular structure, rhymes, etc. And this poem is a villanelle, which is a complicated form with lots of end rhymes and repetition of lines and a very strict form. The names mentioned in this poem are those of actors and actresses of the great Hollywood period, late 30s to the early 60s, the golden age of Hollywood as it's called. Myrna Loy, Carole Lombard, Paulette Goddard, Jean Arthur and Cary Grant. Video Blues by Mary Jo Salter. My husband has a crush on Myrna Loy and likes to rent her movies for a treat. It makes some evenings harder to enjoy. The list of actresses who might employ him as their slave is too long to repeat. My husband has a crush on Myrna Loy, Carole Lombard, Paulette Goddard, coy Jean Arthur, with that voice as dry as wheat. It makes some evenings harder to enjoy. Does he confess all this just to annoy a loyal spouse? I know I can't compete. My husband has a crush on Myrna Loy. And can't a woman have her dreamboats? Boy, I wouldn't say my life is incomplete, but some evening I could certainly enjoy 2 hours with Cary Grant as my own toy. I guess, though, we were destined not to meet. My husband has a crush on Myrna Loy, which makes some evenings harder to enjoy.
Hello friends, here's a song that should get you singing and or dancing, because it's an old time waltz and it goes back all the way to the 1950s in my mind anyway, and the Walton programs which used to be on the radio every Saturday I think, And this song was regularly played, called the Homes of Donegal, and it used to be sung by Charlie McGee on his gay guitar. Well, I don't have any gay guitar with me, but I have nice accordion music arranged by my friend David. And as it's a nice old-time waltz, maybe you can waltz as well. I'll sing, and of course, in the immortal words of Dinjo, mind the dresser. So let's see how it goes. I've just dropped in to see you all. I'll only stay a while. I want to see how you're getting on. I want to see you smile. I'm happy to be back again and greet you big and small. For there's no place else on earth just like the homes of Donegal. I long to see your smiling children standing at the door. The kettle boiling on the hearth as I walk up the floor. And then to see a welcome free for travellers one and all. For your hearts are like your mountains in the homes of Donegal. With fairy lore and tales of yore beside the turf fire bright, and then to see prepared for me a shakedown by the wall. For there's rest for weary wanderers in the homes of Donegal. Time has come for me to go and bid you all adieu. For the open highway calls me back to do the things I do. But when I'm traveling far away, your friendship I recall. And please God I'll soon return unto the homes of Donegal. And please God I'll soon return unto the homes of Donegal.
As we said already, when the Royal Cinema opened on Friday the 3rd of September, the feature film was Escape, starring Rex Harrison and Peggy Cummins. But there was also a short on the programme, and that short was shown first. So I think the first film ever shown in the Royal Cinema trim was actually Laurel and Hardy, A Haunting We Will Go. And that's why we played the Laurel and Hardy theme tune at the beginning of this video. That film, A Haunting We Will Go, is available for viewing on YouTube, and here's a short snippet.
Stanley, you touch everything you see. Oh! Let that alone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ollie. Look, there's a booth over there.
Thank you.
I won't be a minute, Ollie.
That's quite all right.
You got 2 dimes for a nickel?
Yes. There you are.
Thank you, Ollie.
You're quite welcome. Can't I have a little privacy? I'm terribly sorry.
Here's a poem of mine called High Noon, because it's based on the film of that name, which starred Gary Cooper and Grace Kelly. And it was set in a western town called Hadleyville. Gary Cooper was the hero, who had to face the bad men almost all on his own, except for help from his wife in the end. The first line is a nod to a line from a song by Bob Dylan. This poem was in my first poetry collection, asking for directions. High Noon. There was this film I saw once in boarding school, the year of the Cuban Missile Crisis. I haven't stopped watching it since, the last time yesterday, just before the postman brought the invitation. They don't do telegrams anymore. I could play Will Kane at the drop of his gun. I've perfected his expression, especially his disenchanted look. I practice that world-weary stride every day. I'm from the West too. Hadleyville looks a lot like Coolani, though our railway station had no water tower, and I never saw anyone waiting for the noon train from Tubbercurry drinking from a whiskey bottle. The saloon customers reminded me of the men who mustered, smoking, at the church gate after second mass. I always stared straight ahead, afraid they might be criticising the way I carried the cruets or my pronunciation of the Latin. My father took part in it, different roles over the years. He was a great man for roles. Played the whole cast in his lifetime. Outlaw, loner, lawman, sidekick. But I could never decide which role my mother was playing. The white lady in the wedding outfit, or the dark one who got out just before the showdown.
The Isle of Innisfree, immortalised by its participation as the theme music for the film The Quiet Man, and written by Garda Dick Farley. He wrote the words on the music, allegedly on the back of a cigarette packet while travelling on the bus from Kells to Dublin. I've met some folk who say that I'm a dreamer, and I've no doubt there's truth in what they say. But sure, a body's bound to be a dreamer when all the things he loves are far away, and precious things are dreams unto an exile. They take him o'er the land, across the sea, especially when it happens he's an exile from that dear lovely Isle of Innisfree. And when the moonlight peeps across the rooftops of this great city, wondrous though it be, I scarce would feel its wonder or its laughter. I'm once again back home in Innisfree. I wandered o'er green hills, through dreamy valleys, and find a peace no other land could know. I hear the birds make music fit for angels, and watch the rivers laughing as they flow. And then into a humble shack I wander, my dear old home, and tenderly behold the folk I love around the turf fire gathered. On bended knee the rosary is told, but dreams don't last, though dreams are not forgotten. And soon I'm back to stern reality, but though they've paved the footways here with gold dust, I still would choose the Isle of Innisfree. I still would choose my Isle of Innisfree. Now, that was lovely. Well, you all sounded great. Thank you.
We'll finish this week with Big Spender by Trim Musical Society from their production of the show Sweet Charity in 2008. Of course, Sweet Charity was also made into a film in 1969, and yes, it was shown in the Royal Cinema in Trim on the 10th and 11th of December 1970.
What's the harm, little soft? Hey, good looking. I like your hair. Hey, mister, you got a cigarette for me?
Hey, mister, you speak French? Come here, I want to talk to you.
Hey, fella, you want to dance? A little dance won't hurt you.
What's the harm in a little talk? It can't hurt, can it?
You're so tall, you must be 6'4". Let's have some fun.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender. Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So so let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every guy I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with Do you wanna have fun? How's about a few laughs? I can show you a good time. You wanna have fun, fun, fun. How's a fun? Few fun laughs, fun laughs, fun laughs, fun laughs, fun laughs. Good time, fun laughs, good time, fun laughs, good time.
What do you say to us?
Hey, how's about a laugh?
I can give you some.
Are you ready for some
Fun. How would you like it?
Let me show you a
Good time. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender. Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pump my cork for every guy I see. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Spend a little time with me. Laughs, fun, good times. Laughs, fun, good times. Laughs, fun, good times. How's about a palsy?
Well, that's it for this week. We hope you enjoyed our film-themed show. We would like to thank you all very much for watching, for subscribing, for commenting, for sharing, and for... Until we see you again next week, we hope you have a very, very good week. And in the meantime, do take care and God bless.